banners rise, a crimson rose beneath the skies. Through royal blood and noble name, Lancaster enters England's game. The northern winds begin to call as power grows within the hall. The lords gather beneath the crown, while distant rivals watch them now. The red rose blooms, the drums begin, a new dynasty is rising within. Hear the war horns across the land, Lancaster rises, strong and grand. The red rose awakens, burning through the night. Lancaster is rising, claiming royal right. The red rose awakens, banners fill the sky. A dynasty is calling, and England hears its cry. Beneath the rain, guarding power, guarding fame. Knights assemble, shields held high, while crimson banners touch the sky. Ambition moves through every hall as noble houses rise and fall. The road to power has begun, and Lancaster will not be undone. The crown awaits beyond the flame. The red rose carry a royal name. Hear the battle drums growing near. Every lord must choose his spear. The red rose awakens, rising from the ground. Lancaster's royal power spreads across the land. The red rose awakens, proud beneath the sun. A new chapter opens, a dynasty has begun. Blood of kings, blood of war, Lancaster knocks upon the door. The throne is waiting, the crown is near. England will remember this rising year. Drums grow louder, the trumpets call, crimson banners rise above them all. The red rose awakens, brighter than the flame. Lancaster is rising, England learns the name. The red rose awakens through the storm and rain. From noble blood and ambition, a royal house will reign. The crimson crimson blood, the dynasty grew, a royal house with purpose true. Through ancient halls and banners bright, Lancaster prepared to claim its right. The nobles gathered, the knights stood near, guarding the crown they held so dear. Through blood and oath their power grew, as England watched what they would do. The red rose blooms across the land, a royal bloodline takes its stand. Hear the church bells, hear them ring. Lancaster rises toward the king. The house of Lancaster, born beneath the crown. Crimson banners rising as kingdoms gather round. The house of Lancaster, a bloodline forged in flame. Through war, ambition and royal blood, they carve their place in England's name. The castle stood against the rain, guarding the legacy of kings again. Every knight who swore the vow carried Lancaster's banner proud. The throne was more than gold and stone, it was a kingdom to be owned. And every rival who came near would face the sword of Lancaster's spear. The red rose flies, the drums resound, a royal dynasty now stands its ground. Hear the war horns across the plain. Lancaster's power will remain. The house of Lancaster rising through the night. Crimson roses in the wind, defending royal right. The house of Lancaster, their legend has begun. Through generations of kings and war, the story carries on. Blood of kings, oaths of steel, a dynasty that time would feel. The crown awaits, the banners fly. Lancaster will reach the sky. From royal blood and noble hearts, a powerful house has begun. The house of Lancaster, remembered through the years, their victories, their battles, their glory and their fears. The red rose blooms across the throne, a royal legacy forever known. Bolingbroke takes the the throne a king once stood, with crown and power as kingsmen should. Richard ruled with royal pride, while storms were gathering by his side. From exile came a noble lord, with loyal knights and drawn-out sword. Henry Bolingbroke crossed the land, and England trembled at his command. The banners rose, the bells grew loud, a changing crown before the crowd. Hear the war drums, hear the ground, a fallen king without a sound. The fall of Richard II, the old reign fades away. Bolingbroke takes the crown, and England sees a different day. The fall of Richard II, the royal order breaks. A new Lancaster rises as history turns and fade awakes. Gathered one by one as Richard's royal power came undone. The crown that once seemed strong and bright was lost beneath the coming night. Henry stood before the throne, no longer waiting on his own. The red rose soon would rise above, through power, ambition, war and blood. The kingdom watched, the kingdom knew, a royal age was ending too. One king falls, another stands, a crown changes through mortal hand. The red rose begins to rise, a new dynasty claims the skies. The fall of Richard II, the bells begin to ring. Bolingbroke becomes Henry V, the newly crowned king. The red rose rises across the land. Lancaster begins its royal stand. Henry's crimson banner neared. From exile's road he came with pride, with loyal knights and lords beside. The crown that Richard once had worn was now beneath a different dawn. Henry stood before the throne and claimed the kingdom as his own. The bells rang out, the trumpets call, a fallen king, a new one crowned. Hear the war horn across the land, Lancaster rises, taking its stand. Crimson crown shines beneath the flame. Henry wears the royal crown, Lancaster claims its name. The crimson crown raised above the throne. A new king rules England now and makes the kingdom his own. Crown demands a price, and England's peace was far from nice. Rebels gathered beyond the hills, while Henry faced their growing wills. From Wales to northern lands they came to challenge Henry's royal claim. The red rose stood against the storm, determined now to hold its form. The king raised his sword on high, Lancaster would never bow or die. Crown of fire, crown of blood, standing firm against the flood. A kingdom Henry stands upon the throne while enemies rise nearby. The crimson crown, forged through war and pain. The house of Lancaster has risen and begins its royal reign. England divided by steel. Crimson crown had barely shone when rebellion shook the throne. From northern hills the banners came, challenging Henry's royal name. The rebel lords raised swords on high, their battle cries beneath the sky. While Lancaster stood firm and proud, its crimson banner faced the crowd. The drums of war begin to sound, the king prepares to hold his ground. Hear the war horn across the plain, steel will answer steel again. The rebel king's war, England turns to flame. Lords rise against the crown, challenging the king's name. The rebel king's war, steel across the land. Lancaster will face them all and make its final stand. Castles dark and mountain rain, the rebels gathered once again. Henry rode with weary men, determined to defend his reign. The battlefield began to roar as knights collided once more. The red rose stood against the tide, with loyal warriors at its side. Every sword, every shield carried England's fate across the field. A king, a crown, a land divided, brothers once united now collide. The rebel king's war echoes through the night. Lancaster defends its crown, refusing to surrender it. To ride the red rose stands against the storm. Through blood and steel, its legend is born. Victory. Across the sea, the armies came, with England's crown and royal name. Henry rode beneath the sky, with fearless fire within his eyes. The French stood proud upon the field, with countless knights and shining shields. But England's warriors held their ground as thunder shook the frozen ground. The rain fell down, the arrows flew, the lion roared, and battle grew. Hear the war drums, hear them call. England stands, or England falls. The Lion of Agincourt roars across the plain. Henry leads his Englishmen through the blood and rain. The Lion of Agincourt, beneath the royal crown, against a mighty army, he will never bow down. The French advanced with royal pride, their armored knights from side to side. Yet English arrows filled the air, turning courage into despair. Through mud and rain, the soldiers fought for every victory dearly bought. The red rose flew above the field, while England's king refused to yield. The battle raged from dawn to night. Lancaster's lion won the fight. One king, one crown, one battlefield. England's lion would not yield. The red rose rose above the rain. Agincourt would bear his name. The Lion of Agincourt, his legend now is born. Henry leads his kingdom through the battlefield storm. The Lion of Agincourt, his banner fills the sky. Lancaster has conquered, and England's pride will rise. Beyond the seas the banners flew, as Henry's army marched anew. The crown of England was not enough. France now called through war and blood. The French king watched from distant halls, while English steel approached his walls. The red rose carried royal pride, with Henry leading at its side. The trumpets sound, the armies rise. Lancaster reaches for the skies. Hear the war drums across the sea. A crown of France is England's destiny. The crown of France shines beyond the flame. Lancaster marches forward to strengthen England's name. The crown of France, a kingdom's greatest pride. Through battered towns and fortress walls, the English army slowly calls. The French resistance stands with pride, but Henry's forces will not hide. Treaties are forged beneath the ground, while armies march from town to town. A royal marriage seals the claim, binding two kingdoms in one name. Yet war still calls, and blood still falls. England's rose beyond the sea. France itself could bow the knee, but every crown has debts to pay, and glory never lasts forever. The crown of France glitters in the light. Lancaster's ambition grows beyond the fields of fight. The red rose flies across the land. Henry's dream is close at hand. The young king wears the crimson crown, while shadows gather all around. The throne is held by royal blood, but England's strength begins to flood. The halls are filled with whispered fears, as war has drained the kingdom's years. The red rose still begins to fade, while rivals gather in the shade. The bells ring, but hope grows thin. A fragile crown, a storm begins. Hear the distant war drums call. Lancaster's glory starts to fall. The young king upon the crimson throne, Henry carries England's crown, but stands beneath it alone. The young king, a kingdom losing light. The red rose still flies above, but shadows gather for the fight. Across the land the nobles speak, while Lancaster grows ever weak. The French campaigns begin to fail, and enemies gather beyond the pale. The royal court becomes divided as old alliances are misguided. The throne still shines with golden fire, but England's heart is filled with ire. The crown remains a power faith. The red rose begins to lose its shade. land, a fading crown, a weakening hand. The storm approaches from the north. York now waits to challenge foe. The young king still wearing England's crown, but every year of weakness brings the royal house down. The young king, his dynasty begins to fall, and somewhere in the shadows, the white rose hears the call. Crimson rose began to fade as rivals gathered in the shade. Across the land the whispers grew, while York prepared to challenge too. The nobles watched the kingdom break, unsure which side they should now take. The crown still stood upon its throne, but Lancaster was losing ground. The bells grew, the shadows spread, a storm was coming straight ahead. Hear the war drums growing near, York is rising, Lancaster fierce. The red rose under siege, surrounded by the storm. Lancaster stands divided, while enemies are born. The red rose under siege, its crown begins to shake. The road to civil war is open, and England starts to break. Doubt as rival voices cried out. Old loyalties began to fade, while secret alliances were made. The white rose gathered strength and pride, with powerful lords standing by its side. The red rose fought to hold its ground, but enemies were closing round. Every castle, every hall could soon belong to York or fall. Red against white once again, crown against crown, friend against friend. The storm approaches across the land. England prepares for its final stand. The crimson rose still held the crown, but shadows gathered all around. The halls of England whispered fear as rival armies drew near. The red rose fought to hold its ground, while York's white banners gathered round. Years of glory, blood and pain were leading England back to war again. The bells are ringing, the drums resound. Lancaster stands its final ground. Hear the war horns across the land. The final flame still takes its stand. The last flame of Lancaster burning through the night. The red rose still remembers the kingdom it must fight. The last flame of Lancaster against the rising tide. York and Lancaster prepare, with England caught inside. The crown had brought both power and pain, but nothing could remain the same. The nobles chose their sides once more as England marched towards civil war. The white rose waited in the north, ready now to challenge forth. The red rose stood beneath the flame, defending Lancaster's royal name. Every sword, every shield will soon decide who owned the field, red and white. Across the sky, kings will rise as kings will die. The roses bloom, the roses bleed. England enters an age of greed. Lancaster, Lancaster, Lancaster. Its warriors to answer England's call, but history will soon remember the battles yet to come. The War of the Roses rises, and Lancaster's final chapter has begun. Of the roses has begun.